Alright there, hello everyone, this is Soul17 here, and first usual on this picture, non-paid video. Alright, okay, so here's the thing, we're off the final stretch of this, so, Rise of the Shield Hero crossover, into this. So, yeah, I know I said I was going to be doing my Naruto. I have to push it back till tomorrow. Maybe I'm able to make a Naruto. What if? I do not know. So, just to let you guys know, I'm just going to end this part in this, this part of the Naofumi, because we're at season 1's near end. But I am going to go into the whole entire thing with the, how can I say this right? I don't know what season 2 has at all. So all I know is from a little bit of a comic strip, not comic strip. I mean, some stuff explained about in the manga. I am going to, manga and light novel. I'm just gonna go do something with that, and that is when we are ending this session with it. And well, you're gonna see the. Well, I'm gonna try and make it as emotional as I can. All right. So, hope you guys will enjoy that part. Anyways, let's get into it. This is What If Deku had the solo leveling system, part 14. So, as basically not Issei, sorry, brain. Naofumi, Deku, or Izuku, Natalia, Philo, start to, look around the island, and, well, I did not know their names, and, oh my god, I looked at the video so many times. The guy with the scythe, Lar? And the girl who basically uses crystals to use magical attacks, Tila? Hold on. Alright, found out their names. Alright, let's just hope I can remember them. So yeah, they basically, after Naofumi and everyone learn about the heroes of the past came here before, and Philo gets some reason she jumped really high. Lark and Therese find them. I think I already said that before, but I'm just, basically since I'm just found the names finally. So yeah. So anyways. And let's just at the end of it, the whole entire grinding session and then making them new weapons and such, and not fully being mad. Oh man, that was funny. But yeah. So so after all of that, they basically go and, well, there's like they basically go like I think the next day. Now, so now they just go out, and it's the slime. So basically, every punch that they do or hit, it always makes them burst in one shot. Which Deku says the probably other heroes around here, Ren, Itsuki, and the Simp. In which, well, they say, what do you mean? He was like, well, first off, we're on this island, so the best thing you guys could do is just start to, go to them and basically, the first thing, come and kill slimes. So how about this? We go further on. In which they do. They go over to the island that they do in canon sooner. And they stay on that island for the whole entire thing. But, while though Izuku still has the curse, it didn't take that long. It's not taking long with Naofumi. It's basically he's almost halfway done with it. It's just he can just feel it's still there. He sighs. He goes, they find out I'm still cursed a little. They probably worry about it. But it's not like it's gonna bug me. As a monster comes out of nowhere, Retalia says, Izuku! As then all of a sudden, Deku just freaking spins around, and kicks the thing in the face, taking off its head. And he goes, nice try, ugly. Ain't gonna do crap to me. In which he's just showing off his old personality. In which it's kind of, not like worrying them, but it's kind of surprising. He always had like a joking tone in his voice. This one just sounds so like serious a little to them. Which Naofumi does ask him, You okay, man? He was like, yeah, sorry about that. It's just kind of old to have in mind when I get sneak attack. To always say something mean about them. Almost, almost not my true personality. Crap. Gotta hold that in a little more. So yeah, so they started they're leveling up really quickly, and then they decided to spend the night. So instead, I mean, and basically Naofumi's been done with the curse. So yeah, but but after while everyone is sleeping, um, Naofumi and Ritalia stay up, and Izuku's just there, leaning against a tree, and they ask, "Are you okay?" He's like, "I'm fine. Just I'm a little bit sluggish. I know, but hey, it's all right. It's not like this. Not like anything happened." So, but still, Naofumi says the curse. It did take down like 30% of your health and mana, and even your stats. How you, dude? I'm higher than you in stat wise, so of course I'm gonna be overpowered. And Izuku just smiles at this. So, but still, it's worrying them. Everything seems to be worrying them to him, and it's just getting a little bit of annoyance. But he sees that they care about him, and that's a good thing, he thinks. So, okay, I knew I was gonna forget them, but Lar and Therese, I believe. Okay, double checking that. Yeah, I was right. As Lar and Therese come out of nowhere, and basically Izuku already knew they were coming. And he goes, "Well, what took you guys so long?" He's like, "What?" He goes, "Look, I mean, I heard you're coming a mile away, man." As he points to Lar, he goes like, "Also, Therese, seriously, kind of a little bit, kind of need to be a little more stealth-like." And which they're kind of confused. They don't understand what he means, as they do ask though, "But why you guys are out here?" And he goes, "We're used to this. It's not like we haven't been before. And I always have some people helping me with when taking a watch, in which like people goes, yeah, right now monsters are dying left and right to them." And experience points we get from it too. Well, at least they three do. I don't. And they asked why. He was like, I get something a little bit more. How can I say this right? Well, doesn't matter. So, what are you guys here for, anyways? They basically just say to come get you guys because it's getting late. Even though Fumi Ritalia agrees. And so, well, they decide to, everyone, they decide to go back, spend time with people, they even say about how we do this together next time, tomorrow, and, hunt, and level up and such. So, yeah, so, after that, everyone gets back and rest. They go out. Rin joins the party, in which they're kind of shocked about, and basically says, "So, Izuku, how's it, my uncle, really?" He was like, "Remember that overhaul incident thing where, well, he was killed? Yeah, my uncle was kind of upset about that a little bit, saying a hero shouldn't kill." Even All Might agreed to it. It was, that was me. I killed that guy so easily. He was really pathetic and weak. That's what they get, though, for hurting my daughter in the past. As he clutches his fist, and I'll never forgive that jerk. The only good thing he gave me out of it was his quirk. As, Lara and Therese are confused as Naofumi goes, "Wait, what do you mean by, yo?" He was like, "Oh yeah, first off, let me ask you this, Rin. Um, like legit, what would your uncle think? Your uncle think about you killing humanoid-looking monsters? If you tell them, do you even care at all?" He goes, "I mean, he would say I can't become a hero since I kill, but here's the thing. I know monsters have feelings and all that. But this is a world where we have to kill to level up. It's that. It's not a choice in the matter where I can't say I cannot be a hero. This world's different from ours. That means different rules apply. Exactly. No offense. He does have a stick up where, you know what I mean. It's basically, Rin laughs at that and goes, "You just sound like Bakugo Katsuki. Angry Pomeranian never shuts up." Basically, Deku goes, "Really? Man, surprised he even got in Class 1A. At least Class 1B would have probably been, well, bring down his ego a little bit, but hey, doesn't matter, right?" So him and Rin have a little bit of a laugh. Everyone's confused, even, but Naofumi's not. He goes, say, "You two are from the same world. I can't make sense of this at all. Quirks? Powers? No even leveling system, and yet you have one. You're the very first person in your world who has no quirk, and yet you're so powerful." Exactly. And because of the system, I'm able to, well, do stuff that no one else can, so hey, it's fine. Which Lar and Therese take note of this. So, what happens? Therese did get her, bracelet that she wanted Nafumi to make. She did pay him the coins, and so did Lar. So yeah. So anyways, one day grinding stuff for monsters. Nafumi does do the thing, but with the whole tire hitting the distraction. But Izuku comes in, basically killing the monsters very easily with, well, he used airstrike, but then also used Dominator's touch to bring down the shield, putting pressure on them, basically killing them. But this is what Therese did also. Right when he did that, she also basically did that blue fire, which did cure Izuku the rest of the the curse. He goes, "Feel less sluggish now. Cool." And he's just walking out of the fire like it was nothing. So, they did say about how they needed to get new weapons finally and such, and the whole entire Izuku saying, "Alright, that should be enough monster parts. So, let's do this." And basically, he looks at Mika, he goes like, "Does the forge still work?" She goes, "Mm-hmm. Just summon it." He's like, "Cool." Basically, he has he says personal forge, summon. As it just appears, and then he goes, "Alright guys," snaps his fingers as all the knights come around, saying, "Keep a perimeter of 30 by 30, all the way around, alright?" As they all know to just do that, which Lar and, Therese are shocked. Rin's not. He goes, "So, this is how you made your weapons and armor and such at first?" He goes, "Yeah, some accessories too. I already knew how to make forge stuff already." So, basically, if the monster parts that he already stored in his infinite storage, and basically his own, because of the shield, he basically starts to forge Ritalia and Philo some weapons. It does take a little bit, but hey, it does come out perfectly good. So he basically gives her it afterwards. It's the same weapon she would have got from Naofumi with the making, but here's the thing: he used parts from his world plus this world, and a little bit of, well, some monster parts from the Monster Hunter, world, monsters I put in. So yeah, in both weapons. And he says, "Oh, it's good enough." Basically, Naofumi looks at them. He's like, "Those weapons." Which even Rin looks at them. He's like, "Dude, you made a legendary S-class weapons plus." He goes, "Huh? Really? They're that strong? Huh. I basically just had the schematics for basically weapons that would fit with it. Because I just also used the plunks. I could use any monster parts. Well, I mean, I didn't use all high-grade monster parts, but still. Shouldn't have been a legendary S-class." And then Rin just says, "I am definitely coming to your hero agency and becoming a hunter." It was cool. All the merrier. The more the merrier, I say. And just just one rule. You had to pull your own weight. Even slack up for a minute. I give you more work than you can handle. got it? The level system is way different than what you're gonna be used to here. Understand? He goes, yes, sir. He was good. Your quirk will be a skill. It'll be like a modified skill, like here, but a little bit more. How can I say this? A little bit powerful slash different. So you have to understand that. Get used to it. It was right. So since you're so used to being a swordsman, and you had to have that quirk that All for One gave you. It'll be better off we give you a sword. So, I'll make it personally for you. Since I already know your skill level already. Alright? He goes, yeah, thanks, boss. Sensei, master, boss. Doesn't really matter to me. Just call me Izuku. As basically the forge disappears and all the shadows come back, he's like, alright guys, let's go. As they just head into the forest, Laura and Therese kind of scared now. They don't know what to think anymore. Now Fumi, freaking shocked. It's like he can forge these weapons so easily. I don't know if I'm even useful no more. Which Ratalia and Philo, sure enough Fumi they are. So after the grind, for monsters, Rin and Afumi don't really level up much because they're already at a high level, but Rin and Philo do. In which they did add up. They even had their save points basically being on the same level as Rin and Afumi. But they did level up to 1, and they're like at least 2 levels above them. Until Ren and Afumi basically worked together to take down this one monster. So, sorry about that. They basically go up 2 levels, which was surprising because in which they were 130 something. Now they're like, let's say, I think I said 131 or just 130. Yeah, so they were 130. They're about to be 131, but since they took down this monster, they went from 131 to 132. So yeah, so they're on the same level as, well, Lar and Therese are still shocked about this. So, but everything goes to canon. They even find out that the next wave's gonna be attacking the sea, and yeah, everything goes from there. So, what happens at this part? In this moment? Well, after everyone gets teleported, the monsters are being from the ocean coming in. Izuku just basically smiling, and he just says, "Valkana, come out." As Valkana does, he was like, "It looks like he needs to go pay some visits to some water monsters." Got it? As it nods and flies up. And so what happens is he smiles at this. He goes, "Now, let the hunt begin." As he takes out both his twin daggers and just run and just jumps off of the boat. Which, well, let's just say this. The monsters in the water get frozen and he just slams his 2 daggers into the ground, into the ice, and breaks it, killing them. And this goes on for a while to the boss. And, well, now Fumi's taking care of it. Everyone's trying to do what they do. Everything goes somewhat similar to canon, but not really. Because Deku's taking care of the grunts in the water, with Akana's help. Everything goes a lot more smoother. And so Glass appears. Lar and Therese are basically doing the fight. Is it basically he also found out about the other world Nafumi and everything. But in this one, even though they are basically one one side in everyone, Izuku comes in basically with a monster and opens up his scythe and slices the head off of it and it lands and just looks at them. He goes like, he's on the boat. He just looks side to side. He goes like, "Oh, come on! I thought you guys were friendly." Made sense though. You guys really acted weird. Guess I can stop putting on this persona for her now. Which, now Fumi goes, huh? He goes, man, I need to loosen up. As he's basically, you can hear his bones crack a little. Because he He's just saying it really is a problem. Sleep on the ground most of the time. Yep. And then you just hear a popping of his bone from his shoulders. Like, there we go. As he just gets all of a sudden serious. If the air changes, the atmosphere, basically is like way more colder. He goes, so, who wants to die first? As this sends a shiver down, everyone who can hear him. Even Naofumi. He knows he's like, he can be scary sometimes in training, but this is on a whole new level. Rin just tells Naofumi this is who he is. I've been wondering, I only seen him fighting, a monster before. He had no mercy, no hesitation. It was like he was enjoying the fight. And Zuko just still has a safe out just walking towards them. And the wave is about to end, but as soon as basically Izuku gets near them, they basically can't. They were having trouble breathing a little bit, but now they feel like they're about to pass out. And so right when it ends, Izuku, everything goes. The pressure in the air turns a little bit light. He basically lighter. He goes like, lucky. I was gonna have some fun. Well, whatever. If I see you guys again, be ready to die. And so, they do say, we won't die to the likes of you. But Glass, all the time, she was scared. Like, really scared. Like, enough to try to run, but she couldn't. Because of Naofumi. So, yeah. And so, Laura still says to Naofumi about the kid thing, and yeah. And so after they leave, Izuku just gets out his phone. And I never really mentioned this, but all the time, Deku has been texting everything he's ever done in the world, telling a story on how it started and how it was gonna end. And so Naofumi notices this, and he goes, "Wait, you've been texting the whole entire time? Did you even get service here?" He was like, "Nope, can't even send it." Well, I can send it, but it just won't deliver till I go back. So, I'm making a story for that way. They know I'm back. As it tells the story of the Shield Hero and me. But yep. So, after that's all done, the Queen asks Naofumi, that's still saying like, hey, the offer is still on the table. I can give you anything at all. And he chooses to rebuild Ritalia's home. And Izuku helps out. They rebuild it. Everything goes from there. But this is when we go into my own way, my own version. So Izuku's just looking at everything, look at everyone, smiling. Mika's looking at him, go like, "So you're gonna leave them, huh?" He goes, "They're strong enough now. They don't need me no more." It's time to end this waves. Time to find out more about that girl's soul. Why is it so different? Mika looks at him and goes, right. So, he already had a bag. Ehard was there this time because he knew about something was Izuku was wrong. But he goes, "So, you leaving?" He goes, "Yep. Tell them I said bye. I'll see them in the waves." "See you later, Ehard." He goes, "Hey, kid." He throws Izuku a bag of gold. He goes, "For your travels." He goes, "Alright. And for you, then." He summons out the demonic Excalibur. He goes, "Real beauty, huh?" It was usually, "That's a legendary S-class weapon." "Yep. It's mine and mine alone." "See you around." As he has his, he's holding the sword as it disappears, and he just, with the bag of stuff and food just on him, as he's just gone. He's just walking away from the town. Naofumi and Ritalia noticed this. And they run up to Ehar and goes like, "Where's he going?" Ehar says, "I don't know. All I know is he's just gonna go." Which Naofumi does remember, like, he can do whatever he wants. He just can choose him to help out Naofumi. So he not retire, but after everything, he goes like, he's not betraying us, Ritalia, don't worry. It's that he chose to help me out through all this. I guess it's about time he went on his own. So Philo went over to them asking, "Hey, has anyone seen Papa?" Because well, she still considers him a Papa, even though But so they say he's gone, and they're like, "What do you mean?" Naofumi just tells her the truth, saying he left without saying goodbye. But Eeyore says, "No, you'll meet him again in the waves. Don't worry." But Philo starts crying and runs in a random direction, which Ritalia does follow. And she starts, and basically, she's crying, Philo's crying, even now Fumi's shedding some tears. And so, where we go is, from this point on, Izuku has found multiple things, and in about 3 weeks, though, he has found multiple legends of a goddess of of betrayal. No pictures of her, but on actions alone, he can already tell that it's somewhat similar to Mai, the first princess. Even Mika agrees. So, and since it was only been 3 months, Izuku has been in the waves multiple times, not taking any enemies, just slaying them, have been helping out, in which they see Izuku all by himself, just going through enemies, slashing them with his scythe. Heck, even taking his dagger pistols and just start shooting them. Even switching out to the bow and arrow, just basically killing monsters, and the waves as quickly as possible, and then leaves. And so he just keeps doing this for about 2 months straight. Vitalia and Philo have seen him, along with Naofumi, even Rin. Their heroes have noticed Izuku basically going on his own. They don't know what happened, but they talk to Rin and Naofumi, and then they just start getting along with each other. Motoyatsu has realized my RGB's basically antics and got smarter. I'm not gonna lie. I'll make him get smarter in this one, not being a simp for her, but still a simp in general. So yeah. So he basically listens to her, talks to her, but it's just not listening as much, which she's kind of finding annoyed. So, but she's blaming it on the fifth hero, that Izuku Midoriya. So, when basically during this time, when Izuku found a picture of the goddess of betrayal with a natural face and with no hood on, it legit looked like Mai. And he goes, the first princess, well, or should I say B. She really is just like that soul. Well, it looks like we're gonna have to kill a goddess. You with me, Mika? She goes, I go wherever you go, but I will tell you if it's too dangerous. He goes, yeah. And when they, leave the area of ancient library that they always, go and find, they get a notification. More like it's a message sent by the goddess of, betrayal. It says, come fight me, you miserable mortal. I'll show you why no one, crosses me. And he just smiles. He goes, alright, let's see. It says, basically there's even saying, would you like to be sent to her? He goes, sure. And so he presses the button, and he's automatically teleported to her. And she, she looks like, basically a goddess would. A goddess of betrayal would look like, and she goes, come to die. Is foolish mortal. It was like, all you're good at is just making people hate you and being an annoyance. So it's about time I put you out of your misery. As he cracks his neck, he goes, besides, I've been meaning to kill you for the longest time now. So, he basically brings out, not brings out, he basically takes out his scythe. He was like, I'm I'm gonna enjoy leaving a scar on that face of yours. And she goes, but you're gonna kill me. He's like, exactly, permanently on your face. And she just like gets gripped in her teeth. She goes, insolent little pest. As then she summons out this whole entire army, bigger than the waves ever could ever have. He was like, so before we start this, mind telling me why you wanted, to start two waves in two different worlds? She goes, it's easy. So I can bring them together and destroy them both. It's for my entertainment only. Watching both worlds struggle to survive. Just knowing that each time the waves happen, their worlds get closer and closer together, and then so I can destroy it all. It's fun. And as he really gets mad, he was like, good to know. So I don't have to hold back no more. As basically an army of shadows, all his army of shadows come out. All the monsters he has, every last one of them is there. As basically he goes, alright guys, no holding back. Biru, Arthur, Ikris, Tank, Tusk, and Iron. Let's go straight for the point, right? As Biru goes, yes, my liege. As he goes, alright then, charge! As he's using sprint dashing forward, as everyone goes, in. Even, the gods of betrayal tells her army to go, as they rush in, and it becomes easily known that even though he had his low in numbers, they're not dying so easily. They're going through the armies so quickly. The monsters that, gave him are ripping and tearing through everything so quickly and fast. Wrath is basically destroying everything, which is surprising. In a matter of seconds, half the army is gone, but it's still being replenished by, the gods of betrayal to grow more. And Izuku realized, if I have to beat this, I have to go for the head. Her. So basically, the scythe, as he slicing through more enemies, he notices the blades getting bigger, basically sharper, as he does jump up in the air, and he goes, blood scythe slash! Because it basically, he just calls it a side move, because it's absorbing the blood, so basically he's calling it a blood scythe. Just when it, as it's at full max, which is now, he realizes it, as it does make a slash, cutting down a lot of the enemies. And you're thinking, why am I not having him resurrect them? Obvious reasons. A lot stronger monsters are coming into this. And so, what happens is, though, as soon as that happened, he basically says, domain of the monarch, as they made them stronger, as his own ally has become stronger, his soldiers, as it basically, they going through more of the whole entire enemies easily, and then he uses his elemental, basically controlling the elements to his advantage, which she's going, what the, even using Dominator's touch to crush a few of their heads, and it's just critical strikes, chain strikes, basically critical strikes, chain. Man, there's too many moves I'm trying to say all at once. Sorry. Okay, let's see. Hold on. It was Vital Strike and then critical chain. And then he goes into stealth and sprints and then throws out explosions at each monster of flying, in which the gods of betrayal saying, what is he? And then he basically looks at all his army and goes like, alright everyone, are you ready for this? Biru says, yes, my liege. They all know, even King Arthur says, yes, Izuku, we're ready. Let's show why you never mess with us. And so he uses the overhaul ability to touch the ground as multiple spikes are being sent out, giving more time for him to do this. As then he says, Darkness King. As all the shadows start to envelop his body, going all around him and taking over. As if you go back to the overall fight, you wouldn't hear the description of it. So it's exactly the same way. As she, as basically the goddess of betrayal, is so terrified. She literally is seeing death. The shield on it has changed even more, becoming way more like it's an actual, like it's just way more different. Like I describe it, it looked like it was a skeleton, excuse me, skeleton head with a crystal inside. Now it looks like that, but a lot more bone coming around it, and flame basically. As the scythe itself is transformed, as all the monsters are going in, as Zuko just smiles at this, he goes like, "Now perish." As he just disappears from all their sight, as it destroys everything around him, because that's what he did. He goes right back in the middle, in which he just says judgment, and boom, everything's destroyed. As basically this site, the weapon disappears as he just grabs back onto that site. She goes, impossible! No, no! As he just runs, well, not runs, he just disappears in an instant. He's already using soul sight, as he's seeing her knowing her, she's about to die. She's trying to transfer her soul into the human body, so that way she can be, she can still use all her power and everything. But instead, he's right above her, already, with the scythe already in a swing, as he sees a crystal in the middle of her soul. As he smiles, he goes, "There it is." And she goes, "No, no, stay back!" By the time she's about to throw a magical blast at him, it's too late. He already cuts through her body into the soul and the crystal itself, cutting it. But it lands right back in the castle. And here's now Fumi, the simp hero, the simp spear hero, Motatsu, Ren, Itsuki, and the queen, and Melty, saying, What are you?" So, we're gonna do a little bit of rewind, as Mai is being put on trial, and she's about to get her sentence out, which will be in the novel, or in whatever one that you want to go with, where she goes into the manga, she goes somewhere that I'm not gonna, and gets really stuff that happens and she dies. And the late novel, she basically, I think, just gets executed. So, and I've been saved this time, and in this one, she dies by his hands. And what she does, right when she's looking up, she's screaming out saying, "Get away from me!" And she does this exactly the same time, tried to send out a magical blast, which then, right in that instant, slashes. Deku appears right behind her, and so he gets up though, and he goes like, "I told you I was gonna kill you, and never go back on that." And through these last minutes, she goes, "It doesn't matter if you kill me. The last wave will have more monsters than you can ever imagine. They all will be so strong, not even the 4 heroes will ever be able to defeat them. They will be my masterpiece to destroy this world." At least, I can at least have at least one world destroyed. As while she's fading away, Izuku, suddenly all the shadows come off of him, in which they all go back into his shadow, and he goes, "You're not dying just yet." She eyes widening because he says, "Do you remember who I am? I'm the Shadow Lord. And even though they're human body, since your soul completely, well, as I saw, it was almost all the way transferred. By the time I cut the crystal, it was already transferred into your human body. But since I was near your body, your true body, this is your true soul." And she goes, "No, no," as he says, "Arise." As then basically her whole entire body starts to turn into a shadow. As then, she's basically cursing him out for doing this to her. The gods of betrayal. As then he says, "No, goodbye." As basically he just makes her disappear. he deactivated it, and which now she's gone forever. Which everyone's confused, and Mika is saying, "Good job, Izuku." He goes, "Thanks." Now I need a heal. So he just grabs out his mana potions and his HP potions and just starts drinking them. Man, that took a lot out of me. It's a good thing I can use these. She goes, I mean, basically, I've never said I could, right? Couldn't. She goes, well, I mean, for this case, it's a special thing. You took down the main bad guy, so, and since there's one more wave, I'm kind of gonna give you a leniency on this one, since you needed it. He goes, thanks, Mika. She goes, no problem. So yeah. So Ren just says, what goddess of betrayal? She said, next wave, more monsters. He goes, yep. This, and then he basically just says, she really likes to not lose. All the monsters she was gonna have been set up is gonna come here. So the wave already happened. So this is the 6th month. I gotta train more. Well, I mean I can't level up, but it'll be good fun just to fight. So Philo runs over to him, hugging him and just saying, "You big jerk! You had to leave me without saying goodbye." He goes, "Sorry, Philo." The queen, Melty, Izuki, and Motoatsu are just all confused. So he just says, Mika, show them. Tell them all. I gotta try and make Philo stop crying. Says, okay, so she explained everything of what Izuku did. And which everyone was shocked that, B was the queen, was basically the goddess of betrayal, but with a human body just so she could do all this destruction. Which Izuku goes, I knew I hated her from the beginning and did not like her, never trusted her. This is why you never trust a spoiled brat. In which Nafumi agrees. He goes, well, how were you able to kill a goddess? Deku just shrugs. He goes, I don't know. I mean, I'm probably gonna find out someday, but when I do, I'll let you know. So yeah, the old personality he's been putting up is back on. But Nafumi does say, wait, you gotta see about the couple of rumors that I heard about you since you left. He goes, yeah, what? Is it true that you don't? I mean, you just go into a fight even if you don't know who's the whole entire one who started it, and just kill the person straight up? How can I explain this? I don't do that. I fake kill them because I can heal them afterwards. So, I mean, I make it look like they're dead. They're not. The person who died, tells me the truth. After I healed them, and then the one who basically is the one who started smiles away and basically messes up somewhere along the lines. Also about me being ruthless, doesn't really care. Cold, yeah, I'm like that. I don't care. So what? I just been faking my personality with you the whole entire time because we can't have two freaking non-trusting, cold, cold, menacing people on the team. So I've been the always kind-hearted, which I am still, person that doesn't smiles a little bit more than you. Because what is that supposed to mean? You don't smile. You didn't smile the whole entire time until after what happened to Ritalia. So yeah. Anyways, so who wants to go level you guys up and try to prevent this world from being destroyed completely? I mean, you guys are not needed. I'm just gonna go in and kill everything and use their freaking ranks to basically fuel my army. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. And so, no one said nothing after that. They just were like, okay. So yeah, since he literally killed a goddess, it's like, they can't do nothing. So yeah, so Izuku just hangs out with everyone, everyone's get to know him better, true him, and they literally look at Nafumi and him goes like, you two act the same in so many ways, but different all exactly at the same time. And Izuku goes, "That's why I did not be him. I did not want to be him." So yeah. And now Fubi just says, "Is it really that bad?" He's like, "Dude, we did not trust no one, so yeah, it is." He was like, "Fine." Anyways, after a month. So after that, month, the wave comes. And Izuku says, Alright guys, wherever we go, it's gonna be easy. Like, how you being so positive? He was like, because, not Retalia. I have to. If I ain't, well, as he basically does kind of crack his knuckles and saying, then a lot of people will be scared. So the final battle's here. And where I'll be gone. When, if I ever see you again, you know where to find me. He goes, right. So, when they all get summoned, it's on a massive field. Portals open, monsters coming down from the sky. Land monsters, bigger monsters than anyone can imagine. So big that the freaking spear hero is basically scared, thinking, I would have to fight them. He's like, no, you don't. I am. I'm going in alone. Which, that was the plan from the beginning, remember? They leveled up still, but still, they know Zuko's not going to let them. Even Retalia and Philo had their class upgrades again. And he just smiles at them and says, wish me luck. And he just goes. And so the army appears right behind him. Scythe out. Basically, power being, everything's just to the max. As then he goes, alright guys, let's go! As they all dashing forward at max speed. In which Matsu, basically, no one knew about the King Arthur, but they saw King Arthur, Merlin, and everyone else. They were like, holy crap, King Arthur! Izuku, not Izuku, Izuki says, even Motoatsu, Rin, Fumi never shot, he had Excalibur, but demonic version one, but it's like, come on, he had them? In which no one understands, but still they kind of explain about King Arthur's legend, and now they understand. And so, all of a sudden, King Arthur stops, runs over, and saying, Now Fumi, for being my friends, my lords, wait, not my friend, my lord, my best friend Izuku's, friend, I give you this. As basically he opens up a portal, which is like the gates of Babylon, but it's the gates of Camelot, and he brings out a shield, and he says, "This is the shield of Arthur," or should I say, the shield of the Round Table. It has many different qualities to it and properties that you'll have to find out on your own. Here, and do not worry. If you're wondering about Izuku, he will get it. Everything will return to the vault, basically the treasury of Camelot. And, he basically just goes right back in. So yeah, now when we take the shield absorbs it, and boom! Shield of Camelot! And plus it is very, very, very much powerful enough to have basically been the most powerful thing in his arsenal. Way stronger than his rap shield. So yeah. So, while they see Izuku, they see him using the elements, he's using shadow weapons out of nowhere. Just basically, they all realize. Everyone's realizing who is basically, as a backup army, Izuku Midoriya, the Shadow Lord, the Necromancer, could have wiped out everyone if he ever wanted to. Because while he's doing this, he is basically bringing out more of the armies to his side, make them all come to him, and upgrading his army to basically be even more powerful than ever. And so, by the end of it, Izuku Midoriya is on top of the last monster with his scythe in his head, and just when he basically takes it out, there's a whole bunch of electricity going into the body and destroying it from within. And it's just dead, as he basically now says, now arise. And boom, it just does. And so, if you're wondering, how many monsters has he killed? enough to fill up both of his shadows to be saved, and of his shadows. So he has the full amount of shadows. Let me just put that in. So yeah, and it says to him with the screen, event cleared. You have saved this world from destruction. You'll return to the world in 3 hours. Make say your goodbyes, have fun, and rest, great hero. And he goes, the system's being nice for me. Thanks. And so he just walks away. All the shadows that he has, that he has now, goes into his goes back in, as everyone's just shocked by it. So when he gets back over to them, he goes, all done. And they, return back to where they are. Everyone celebrates that the world is saved. And now he looks, basically, Izuku's like, being the grand hero. Both Naofumi and Rin are glad that this is over. But Rin asks him, so what are we gonna do now? You and Ritalia thing? In which Naofumi kind of, just says, well, in the anime, it did look like they kissed, so I'm saying it's like they are a thing, so yeah, kind of weird in the anime. She grew up real fast. She looks like an adult, but she is 10 years old, I think, in her age in canon. But maybe she's not. So let's just say when she went through the age, even human years, it's 10, but in demi-human years, it's the age that they look like. So in their mid-20s or 19s, maybe. I don't know. Let's say she's in her mid-20s. So he just says, "Yeah, happened when Izuku left." As basically is right on, man. Good for you. He goes, thanks, Ren. He goes, no problem, you deserved it. Also, did you see how much leveling we did? I mean, we can destroy Motsatsu and Izuku. I'm not Izuku. I mean, Itsuki. He goes, yeah. So, this happened, for a good 2 hours or so. Izuku was basically saying goodbyes to everyone he ever met, wishing them luck. The world on the other side saw what happened, saw what Izuku did, and they're at peace now. But Lar and Trissa is basically shocked, and Glass is just lost for words. And so that's when the fight was happening. And yeah, they're all celebrating, but Izuku is saying goodbye to, he's looking at Philo and just saying, this I'm gonna go. Philo says, I don't want Papa to go. And he says, I'm not from this world. This was an event for me. The fifth hero did his job. It's time for me to go. I'm sorry. She said, why? He was, because I got a daughter who's waiting for me. A girlfriend. I got a lot of people. Besides, I got to run my own agency, and, I have a feeling something's coming. Something's big's coming. And I can't sit here and just be with everyone as much as I like. Philo's upset and crying, and Deku's just comforting her. Ritalia somewhat doing the same thing. By Philo, she doesn't want to say goodbye to Izuku, but it's happening. Rin tells them that he will be going back to his world, just like Izuku. So yeah. So, Motoatsu, Itsuki go back, and they look at Naofumi. He said he's staying, which surprised everyone. He says he has to stay. He has way more here than he had back home. So yeah. Izuku shakes hands and says goodbye. I don't know if I'm able to ever come back, but if I could, it'd be great to see how they grew up. In which Naofumi nods. He goes, it'll be great to see you again too, but take care, kiddo. He goes, I'm 16, and I'm stronger than you. Don't start calling me kiddo like him. And they laughed. And so that hour more, they just all hang out. Once Atsu and Itsuki left, Rin left already, and Mika says, "It's time, Izuku." He looks at everyone. He says, "Alright, everyone, this is farewell. I'm not gonna miss any one of you guys. You know?" And everyone knows he's trying not to cry, because these are just all wonderful people he had met. And he doesn't know if they ever will remember him. The Queen of the Fiols will remember him. Everyone will, they say. He said, but he thinks in the back of his mind, saying, "Yeah, right. It'll probably erase I was even here." So he does, start, the tears start to float, start to come out, basically form, it comes down his face, it's just saying with a smile, "Bye, everyone." And just, he's gone. And so, in the area where he is, it is the screen of how many points he's made. He has gone to 90 million points. It has listed off everything he's done, every monster he has killed, and now the results. It's over 90 million. He broke it. And then Mika says, "Did you have to break it? You always do this." He was like, "It's not my fault that I, killed everything that came after me." He goes, "Alright, let's see what you're gonna get." So, Izuku, the scythe that he thought he basically put down away, it says, "Item, scythe, living weapon. The scythe that you use to kill a deity. Kill the goddess of betrayal. It has been called now a god slayer." And so, Izuku's, wait, what? So basically what's happened is now he's realizing anything he's, basically will probably get like stuff from the world of, the solo leveling. So he's thinking, will he also get like gear, like something like or items that or I don't know, items or something. He doesn't know what. So there's like 3 different things. He also keeps the shield. He goes, "Wait, what?" So he has the shadow. It's called now the shadow. It's called now the shadow shield of the necromancer. Basically, everything that he has now or can get will basically be in stored of the shield too. So basically, the shield is still there. If you're wondering, did Izuku have to level up with that shield too? Yes and no. I mean, it didn't really matter because his system. So yeah. There's a couple of ores that he can have now and everything, and then he looks at the final one. A Fiolio won't be the actual one, he thinks, but a Fiolio egg that will hold all that will not Fiolio egg, a Fiolio that is a version of one that you already know, has all the memories of everything. He goes, "What?" And then all of a sudden, poofs! Something appears right in front of him, and it's Philo. She's like, "Huh? I was with everyone. Now I'm here?" As he goes, "What, Philo?" And Philo looks and she just says, "Papa!" She just runs over and hugs him. He goes, "Wait, Mika, does this mean this is Philo, but the system kind of made a copy of her. Now there's two Philos. The Philo that's coming with us is the copy of all the memories and be like the real thing. In our world, that is. Well, the real one's with Nafumi there. He goes, oh, does that mean her quirk is an animal based one with a human transformation, and any attack she has learned already or will learn is still like the game, just like the class system and leveling, but different. He goes, so that means human transformation quirk, animal though, also will be have an RPG quirk too. She goes, he goes, well, Philo, it's like you get to have a sister. Eri, girl I've been talking about all the time. She goes, yay, I get to meet Eri, and I have a sister now too. And then it was final one, but then secret items. Is what the? And I want to say this item is the soul of the betrayer, in which Izuku goes, no way, as a lantern appears. This lantern is not, I'm not going to write down, but just know, this lantern is going to be to light his way through the darkness nights. It is only used for that only. Nothing else can happen. As the goddess of betrayal, soul is in there. As the item does say, if this breaks, the soul will disappear and be gone forever. For it will never existed in the world you are going to. He smiles as, she's screaming out at him, blah, 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 blah. He also basically gets a item of... Okay, so the item he got is not a weapon. It's basically, he does have his weapon, so yeah, that's good. As it does say, he now has a item that is worth, that is basically would be worth a lot of money if he sold it. But at the same time, it depends on the person. So let's just say it is a piece of armor that in his world has been gone for centuries, but it's a secret armor. It's a secret armor piece that he does not know about, which I will make a thing for later. I may bring him back into another world of anime that is, video game based. Don't know yet. But let's just say this is a secret armor that will be taking him to another place. But that won't be happening until way later. He nods though to this. So all the items he get is is a weapon, his scythe, some items, basically ores that he can be used to basically forge. And then it does say all the items and equipment that you have gained from the world shall be kept. So that means all the monster pieces too. Philo is just happy she gets to be with Izuku. And then, Mika says, alright, let's go? As all of a sudden, they see someone there. Standing right there smiling. As he walks forward, and Zuko basically is about to grab someone has a pistol, dagger, as he just walks right through him. And it's like he sees something that he needs to prepare for. A world where he will go to again, but is very different. Where he will face something a little bit more of a challenge. So yeah. So that's the world I'll be sending him to, maybe in the future. So kind of make my own little filler thing. So yeah. So after they get back to his world, I am not saying what items he got, mostly just saying ores, but he did get a few items I did not say. You can say if they're armor pieces, what they do and such. Let me know, I'll write that down. Heck, even some new weapons, besides the legendary ones. He's only keeping the shield because that's what he had originally. So, yeah, because of Nafumi. So, yeah, but when he gets back, it only been the next day. It hasn't even been like the whole day yet. It's still like at it's only like 7 p.m. As all of a sudden, you know, Ezo gets a whole bunch of text messages from Deku, and she calls him saying, "Are you back?" He goes, "Yeah." I also got a little surprise. As Philo says, "Wow, this is so amazing." As Ezo hears this and he goes, "Who's?" He goes, "Just read the text messages. All right, we'll be home soon." She's okay. So when he gets home, he shows Philo to Eri. Eri sees Philo. They talk and they have fun and chat, and basically, she explains everything to her, in which she's happy about this now. So at least Eri has a sister. So yeah. So, and he basically Inko's happy he has another granddaughter, but he hopes the next one will be a next grandchild will be a natural one between them two, in which they both blush and they say not yet. And yeah, so and that's where I'm gonna end it off. Next part, maybe later on in the future, but this is gonna be where the solo level one takes off. So, alright everyone, I hope you guys have a nice day, night, wherever you are, and bye.